Good morning. It's Monday, February 21st. My name is Christopher Hunter, and my job today is to run through the business meeting for the International Cytokine and Interferon Society. As you can see on this slide, you can see our agenda. I'm going to run briefly through the business meeting, and this is our call to order. And this is to really approve the business meeting from last year. I'll run through the treasury reports, talk a little bit about the state of the society, going over some of our statistics in terms of global membership, and an update on the Cytokine Society meetings in 2021 and the forthcoming meeting in 2022. We'll also go over old and new business before adjourning the meeting this morning. The minutes of the society from last year, from February 26, 2021, they were available by email on demand. Kate Fitzgerald called us to order and welcomed all the new council members, thanked the 2020 organizing committee, and recognized many of the generous sponsors that sponsored the previous meeting in 2020. Our Dusan Bogdanovic presented a financial report, and we went over some bylaws amendments. We had a membership report, and Brendan Jenkins presented the society meetings report. We also went over the ICIS awards and for 2020 before adjourning. We just asked that these now be approved formally at the business meeting. The Treasurer's report, Dusan provided a very nice overview of the society, and I'll just sort of summarize some of the key findings from Dusan. And what you can see in this slide is some of the revenue and our expenditure over the last financial year, as well as dating back to 2016. At the moment, you can see that this year the net gain for the society in 2021 was about almost $46,000. The society continues to be in a sound financial footing. We'll talk a little bit about how we intend to use some of these finances to continue to support membership activities. The state of the society, well, I think the state of the society is, considering the last 2 years, on very strong footing. We'll talk a little bit about the events over the last year that have been sort of highlights for, or at least highlights for what I think of how the society operates. I just also want to take a moment to thank Kate Fitzgerald, who over the last 2 years, over what's been a very difficult time for everybody in the society and all of our members. Kate has done a wonderful job, and this is a picture of us in Cardiff at the Cytokine Society meeting. And I just really want to thank Kate for all the things that she's done for the society and continues to do for the society. The council, there's been some changes in the last year, but these are our major council members who've contributed over the last couple of years. The President, Kate, I've already thanked. Kate Jeffrey, our secretary, our treasurer, Dusan, and our managing director, Joan Offa in particular. And all the other committee members are listed here, and some of these I will thank as we go through them. Through this recording. In particular, the awards committee, I think, put in a lot of hard work over the last 2 years, and the meetings committee and development committee in particular, but all the other committees have also been critical to our success. Newly elected ICS leadership, congratulations to Sarah Gaffin, who will be replacing me. She's the president-elect from 2021 to 2023. Dusan continues to do a fabulous job as our treasurer, and new council members are Judy Allen and Yumi Kim from the UK and Korea, respectively, and they'll serve 3-year terms. So welcome to both of those individuals. We were also very lucky that Justina and Ruby have joined our society in the context of our council members for inclusion and training. And similarly, Rooney and Lydia have also taken on new duties on our nominations committee. And just a special thank you to Simon Jones, Claire Bryant, Claire Lloyd, Ian McInnes, and Luke O'Neill as the organisers of the 2021 meeting in Cardiff. It was really a terrific meeting, even though it was challenging. Again, the same challenges that we've all faced over the last 2 years. Simon in particular, I think, bore the brunt of this with the, will we have the meeting in person or won't we have the meeting in person? In the end, it was largely an online meeting, and I'll talk a little bit about the statistics for that, the society meeting. Our annual meeting sponsors, you'll see them thanked at a couple of points during this presentation, but we really cannot operate this meeting and support our members without the sponsorship, the generous sponsorship of many of our key sponsors, in particular Lilly, Humanogen as well, our sponsors like BioLegend, Gilead, Bristol Myers, Pfizer, Regeneron, 10x Genomics, and then a host of other sponsors that are listed here. And their support is absolutely critical to the success of our meeting and our ability to support and subsidize the meeting and give travel awards. Our membership this year is broken down, as you can see on this slide. We still tend to be very much focused on our academic members, and I do think we'd like to continue to work on our industry members. Our cytokines continue to be a major focus of industry, and I think we should be able to offer a home to many of the individuals in industry who work on cytokines, who often attend our meeting but may not be cytokine members, members of the Cytokine Society. You can see that over the last few years, from 2016, we've grown steadily from 611 to over 1,000 members in 2021. In 2020, we had a blip in membership, mostly because of the online meeting and the ability to, the incentive to become a member to get a cut rate for the online meeting. So I think the growth of the society continues to be strong, and that's something we want to continue to work on over the next 2 years. The meeting committee, Brendan Jenkins is the chair of the meetings committee, and Brendan's email address is here. And Brendan's done an amazing job just shepherding the choice of our venues, also over what has been a very difficult period of time when we've had to pivot quickly from doing in-person meetings to virtual meetings in Seattle and now in Cardiff as well. And Brendan's also been really critical in helping us make those decisions. The meeting in Cardiff was I was fortunate to be able to attend it. It was Celtic Cytokines, held in October of 2021. Just little did we know that this was just before the peak of Omicron, but the decision was made to really host this with a few individuals turning up in person, but mostly as an online presence. It was a terrific venue. I think we're going to be returning to Cardiff at some point, maybe in 2026. But it was really an amazing venue, a really nice city. I would really encourage people to think about this as a cytokine meeting to come back to. The general overview is shown here. Welcoming remarks and welcome reception, which we didn't really have. Mechanisms of cytokine and cytokine receptor systems, translating cytokine biology in health and disease, and new light through windows, the future of cytokine biology. So it's a terrific 3 or 4 days of science. It was very intensive, even when they're in person. There was a lot going on in the particular format that we've adapted, the LabRoots platform. We estimated that there were more than 862 registrants from 37 different countries. And, while we continue to be dominated by our membership in the US, it was really, terrific to see the UK, Germany, Australia, Switzerland, Korea, Japan, Ireland, Denmark, and France also represented. Again, something that the society really needs to continue to work on is increasing our footprint as an international society. There were more than 260 abstracts, 233 posters, 28 orals, and really the acceptance rate really just illustrates that we're really trying to make sure that everybody who's interested in cytokine biology can come in under this roof of the society. All sorts of forms of topics, from cytokines and ILCs to determinants of cell fates to stromal tissue as orchestrators of disease outcome. understanding complexities of immune-mediated diseases, which I think is a lot of what we do. And of course, the cytokines and antiviral immunity, just I think reflecting all the interest over the last 2 years in cytokines and cytokine storms and COVID. Also, again, just really want to thank our sponsors. This is really an amazing partnership, and we're very privileged to be able to work with many of these companies to put together the society meeting. What I've listed here, what Brendan listed here, is just the various contributions from the different companies and publishers, for example, that raised almost $300,000 in income necessary to support this meeting and subsidize this meeting. As far as we can tell, there have been, one of the nice things about the sort of virtual approach to a meeting is that you can really track people who are coming in. I don't mean that in a bad way, but just simply to give us more information about who's actually participating in a meeting. And that's illustrated here. The fact that we could record talks and leave them online for people to download at their leisure has indicated that there were almost 2,500 downloads, more than 28,000 content views and 6,000 video views. The average time of the online user over the space of those 3 days, 3 to 4 days, was almost 40 hours, which is a lot. So again, I think we were. This is a meeting that was robustly attended, even though it was online. The breakdown, Brendan presented the sort of breakdown for the meeting, and we, fortunately were able to have a surplus for the meeting, and this surplus goes into the bottom line of the society to help the society operate, and then also to help the society fund travel awards and pay for speaker travel and so on as we go forward. There was a lot of stuff going on at the meeting, and again, through the virtual platform, we were sort of very fortunate to be able to do things like be able to take pictures. And you can see there's a variety of cytokine reprobates here. I'm looking at Hiroki Yoshida and Vijay Kuchru, for example, and some clear messing around with masks and digital tomfoolery, in particular here with Kate and I in our crowns. This is sort of a picture of the venue, the actual live venue where we were able to sit and, as a small group, curate the meeting and chair the sessions, and it almost felt a little bit like a war room at times in terms of thinking about just trying to make sure that everything went smoothly. But I think Simon in particular appreciated, as you can see here, drinking a cup of coffee or something, appreciated that we were able to even attend in person, and I think that helped and did facilitate the success of the meeting. More pictures of the venue, and it does look like an august body of cytokine biologists here, but really the focus was on the presentations and trying to engage our membership. The Cytokines 22 meeting will be this year in Hawaii. This will be our 10th annual meeting. James Turkson is the program chair, and the local organizing committee are Yasmin Dalkade, Akinori Takioka, and Alina Zuniga. And we are very fortunate to be able to do this with the ILC4 meeting. And we have a satellite meeting with the Interferon Lambda group. We're also going to have a virtual meeting platform, but I am hoping that many of you will be able to attend in person. It does seem a while away, but the society meeting will be held at the Hilton Village Hotel on the Big Island of Hawaii. And who knew that there were so many islands in Hawaii? And you do, in arranging your travel, just think very carefully about which airport you're flying to and how you're going to get to the Big Island. I do hope that many of us will be able to attend in person, and I've already seen the speaker list, and this looks like it's going to be a terrific meeting. The venue and dates are shown here. This is, a nice venue, lots of open space, and hopefully this will be a nice opportunity for us to get back together in person and finally have a major cytokine immunology society meeting in person. I look forward to that tremendously. Future meetings. So there's the meeting dates have already been fixed for the Cytokines 2023 meeting in Athens. We also have the 2024 meeting in Korea, and the annual meeting in 2025 will return to Seattle. And just to, in part because, the meeting was cancelled in 2020, and we thought it was appropriate given for a large number of reasons that we should return to Seattle for the society meeting. The development committee is chaired by David Artist and co-chaired by Eleanor Fish, and David gave a brief overview of the state of the society. Since 2017, you can see that the society has had a variety of gifts, and these gifts go largely towards society prizes, like the Milstein Awards, for example, or sometimes travel awards are something that we try and emphasize. The Milstein Family Award is an award that's come to a natural end. The Milstein family were major contributors to the society. Knowing that was happening, we started, David and Kate and I started a major contribution, a major effort to raise additional funds to fund, for example, the Luminex Early Career Award, or the Pfizer Award and Pfizer Trainee Awards, or the Rudy General New Investigator Awards, to really sort of fill the gap that the Milstein Awards have left. We continue to work on this, and I think we will have some good news in terms of thinking about how we've managed to fill in these gaps in the next year or so. Again, this is just a summary of the Milstein Family Grant Award. It came to the end in 2020, and we've really been working hard to try and replace the $80,000 a year award. And this is just a summary of some of the things that we've already done. The family grant for the travel awards was also from the Milstein family, and we've really tried to make sure that any money from the society that can be used for travel awards to continue to support young trainees in particular will be a priority for the society. We've also managed to get additional awards from Jan Vilcek, who's allowed his contributions to be repurposed for the 2022 travel awards to Hawaii. So there's more than $50,000 that been set aside for that. But the goal of society is to make sure that we really can target young scientists working in cytokine biology and make sure that this is a meeting that they can come to and afford to come to and be supported. Our senior and mid-career award winners are shown here. Jenny Ting and Chris Garcia were recipients of the Pfizer and BioLegend awards respectively. Marion Pepper, Howard Young, Nancy Reich, and Carl Ware are also shown here, who were also recipients of society awards. And while we emphasize the sort of more senior awards, I think we're also really pleased, and we've put in a lot of time and effort in trying to thinking about our young investigator awards, new investigator awards, the PESCA graduate and postgraduate and Pfizer Junior Award winners. And this is really an amazing bunch of young investigators. And I really want to congratulate the awards committee on selecting these individuals. And I look forward to hopefully seeing some of these individuals at our society meeting in Hawaii. Congratulations to all of these individuals. Let's see. We also had 55 ICS Milstein Abstract Award winners, and they're listed here. And there's an awful lot of them. That's what 55, I guess, looks like on 3 different slides. And the nice thing was that really, these are individuals from, across the world. And we're really trying to emphasize that, for all of our society members, that no matter what country you're in, that this should be a meeting that you should be thinking about coming to and participating in. We were also fortunate that we were able to give 18 European Federation of Immunological Societies Trainee Abstract Awards. And we're able to use some of this money that's left over for the awards in Hawaii pending approval by the European Federation of Immunological Societies. Again, really, I think that needs to be one of the pushes of the society to make sure that you know, all of our membership across the world is involved in this meeting to the best of our ability. And I think that's the end of the comments I have. If anybody has any questions for me, please feel free to reach out to me. My email address is shown here. And with that, I'd really like to thank everyone, all our society members and the council members and our management team headed by Joan. That really makes the society a privilege to work with.